All the children of Springfield are just huge SOBs.
Hi, welcome to Cutscene. If you're doing this right, you're about to meet three assholes who are ready to go all DBZ up in this bitch. I'm Eric.
I'm Jason.
I'm Chris.
And welcome to Cutscene by I Beat It First. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone's done their homework and they watched like this anime 100% go Dragon Ball in. And actually, like, it's worth saying that they kind of went Dragon Ball for this entire 4 sections. They just did it backwards. They started off with like Super and Z with like the fast paced, and then they went back to just they went to just stupid child Goku at the end of it, where he doesn't understand what he's doing.
Hey, we have the end of Cell Saga. This is great. And then it was just like, oh, nope, never mind.
Nope, he's just a fucking idiot.
Never beat a monster before. I was just like, what the fuck do you call like that whole tree? Whatever.
He
Whatever,
doesn't think that they're monsters, and he didn't believe that the tree ant thing was a monster because it was really like a person in there. I don't know.
Yeah, he thought they were cosplaying.
If they threw in that he thought that they were cosplaying, I actually would have laughed quite a bit at that.
That would have been better. That would have been much better. Because then he could have been like, I'm just playing along. I'm not trying to hurt them because we're obviously just in a giant play. Nothing is real. My life's a lie.
Exactly.
That makes way more sense.
For those of you that don't know, in which case, why the hell are you watching us record this episode? Although we love you for being here. Thank you very much. We are finishing up Suppose a Kid from the last dungeon, Boonies, went to a starter town. And in this case, we're finishing up. We're doing episodes 9 through 12. So we've gone through the meat and potatoes of this anime, and we are finishing off strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for more
it.
of a climax at the end, and less more of a heavy-handed cliffhanger. Or even better, if they didn't do a cliffhanger and he just ended up destroying all of those evil plans at the end of like episode 12, just like
Really what it should have been. It's just like making it just like completely obviously destroy it all. And you can still have the friend brother be like, cool bro, well we'll hang out next time. Him just like, sweet, see you next time. And everyone's just like, he's literally the bad guy. He's just like, nah man, we're just chilling out. We're just chilling, we're just playing. He's cosplay. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing great. This is fantastic. So I mean that would have been way better. Yeah, instead of like, it felt like obviously the last 3 episodes are just like, oh shit, plot.
We really gotta put all this in here. We only have 12 episodes to do this. They told us we couldn't get an OVA, so we have to do this right now, everybody. Oh man.
So yeah, some of that times because they have to like catch it up when they're like, they don't want to follow the manga like to the T, but when it becomes so blatantly obvious that they wanted to like get like the foundation down of like, hey, this guy's an idiot, but he's super strong. And then also have like the same time the cliffhanger of like whatever saga that they're in the manga to then be like, hey, now we still have a cliffhanger for the anime too, and we're caught up when obviously there's like probably some massive gaps of something going on there. But they just wanted to hammer really hard. Hey, this guy's an idiot, but really strong. Anime boobies. And here's the rest of this plot line. I mean, that's literally what they wanted to do. They had to hit all 3 things. They did do that. They did. And the belt talks now. Deal with it. Belt talks now.
The belt talks for a reason. The belt talks for a reason. Like we get a very valid reason for this. And I love that like the belt talks, and it's like it is the snake, and the dwarf girl like was the whole reason that this ended up happening, and she ended up foiling her entire plan like all on her own by doing this. Yep. And she was the whole time.
The strong love of used panties destroyed her entire plot line.
God. But what's best is they weren't even used by the person that she thought that they were.
No.
And they were lightly used. They were lightly used panties because when she came to the conclusion that these were very expensive panties, she immediately took them off and like, I'm gonna sell these.
You sleep on top of wool, not in it. Oh my god,
Yep.
that was.
This be a novelty item? Would this sell for more since it's been slightly used?
That was awesome.
Should
Her
I not
just
mention
going
that I
through
wore
this
them,
in her
or
head.
should I? Yeah, exactly. That was
Is it
pretty
more
good.
expensive or less expensive now that I've worn them? I think that it's more expensive that she's worn them, and if she washes them, they'll be less expensive.
For the right buyer.
Wow.
Well, yes, I mean, for the right buyer, everything. I mean, that's the whole thing about like collectors and stuff like that. It's like you do the scalping of like shoes or PS5s or video cards or anything like that. You just have to find the right buyer. That's it. That's all it is. Things
Or
are only worth as
bathtub
much as one
water.
person's about to or willing to pay for it. Hey, bathtub water sold for what, $50 a jar?
She got paid, man. She got paid. I'm not dissing it, just saying. Something happened.
People are
It is a
tough.
part
Isn't
of
there,
human
like,
history.
Vending machines in Japan for like
Yes,
candies?
there are vending machines in
Yeah.
Japan where you can buy used underwear.
You can
Used.
actually, as a young high school girl, you can go to stores and sell your panties, and then they like do a whole like thing of authentication behind it. Yeah, don't get me started.
Kind of wish I
like the
grew
pawn
up as
shop.
a girl in Japan, man. I could have made bank. You go out,
Making
and,
bank.
yeah, like you go and you just buy like a 50-pack of panties for like $20, and then you sell each of them for minimum $20.
Well, no, you put them on, like you put them on your arm
Yeah.
and like around your neck, so because they're used. I did wear them. They're not
Yes.
where you're expecting them to be, but we're not getting into that.
Yes, but I mean, even if you just like pull them on and then pull them off, that's used. They made
That's
skin
used.
contact right there. So man, yeah, I would have taken
Non-refundable
full
at
advantage
that
of
point.
that. Yeah. As sexist and horrible as that is, I would have taken full advantage of it and paid my way through college.
And then you
Oh,
charge
man.
extra for when you don't bathe for a while, like because then you get like the.
Oh yeah. Then they can really
See,
smell the
They're
panties.
different vintages of used panties.
Well,
Like,
and there
then
would
you'd
be like
"Ooh,
the length of time that you
This
wore
one's
them too.
aged 7 days.
This was definitely a summer month.
Yo. Worn for 3 days straight in July with no air conditioning.
Camping edition. Camping edition.
Oh, the laid back
Oh,
camp
man.
edition. Oh,
man.
Wait, I
Ooh,
just ruined a
topical,
wholesome
too.
ass anime.
But-
All right. So, episode 9. Suppose you visited an early dungeon but encountered 3 final bosses. Which, I mean, really, it's only like, well, 2. I guess 2 final bosses. That chick's not really that strong. I mean, she gets her ass handed to her by Lloyd pretty easily. And for most of it, like, he's just like, oh, we really shouldn't fight. Like what Jason was saying. He's like, oh, yeah, no, like, we shouldn't be fighting. Why am I doing this? Blah, 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 blah. And then he finally just, like, does it. But so, yeah, a snake has appeared. A giant snake has appeared in the dungeon. And they dispatch the army out to go find it. And it turns out that the snake is the protector of the seal for the final dungeon of the
Trying to
area.
come
Because
on.
this is a video game, but not a video game.
right.
But
I
this
like how
is
they
still the
fight,
hardest
he
thing to
lands up
explain.
there,
About that.
and Snake's just like, "Hey, buddy, long time no see. You got so tall."
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
wait,
like,
what? Oh, this is the giant snake. He's friendly.
yeah, last time I saw you, you were this big. This anime is still like, it's definitely one of the harder ones to explain. It's like they're in a video game, but they're not in a video game. But like they don't have stats, but obviously stronger and falls into the same things. And then they're like literally like, yeah, the final dungeon.
Yeah. Of what? The world, the area, the continent.
They just call it the final dungeon because that's where the
Yep.
evil
It
is
is
hidden.
the
I
final.
don't know.
This is the end. This is
Where
the
all
end
the
of it all.
demons
The end
are.
of what
Yes.
all? Your quest. What
Everything.
quest? I'm a farmer.
Quest.
That's where you go.
That's it. Going back to
Hey,
the farm.
man.
That's it. It's the final
Agriculture.
dungeon. Agriculture.
Oh God.
That's where the last.
It's the
last wheat fields are.
agriculture.
Last agricultural dungeon.
Dude, that part was just. And then when he changes outfits, like he's there.
Oh, the
and he-
shining butt got me.
Yeah.
The shining butt got me. Like I was just like, oh, this is ridiculous.
and the
it's like,
rope butt
lint.
floss.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The rope butt floss that goes on, and then everybody's like literally like just looking at me like, what? Why? Why did you change into that? One and two. How did you fast change? Like, what happened?
Yep.
What's going on here? And then he's using god tier items, and which he was then using god tier items just for farming.
Yep, to farm.
I mean, because that's what
Not
you do
video
out
game
there.
farming.
No.
Literally agriculture.
Although, hang on. You could technically say that he was farming while farming. It was
I mean,
training. It was
true.
training. He did get stronger. He just continually did the same thing over and over again. Eh? Eh?
Flashbacks of WoW are haunting me.
Yeah, so they all go, they find, big booby magician girl and 100-and-something-year-old lolly village elder, don't ask, end up making their way to the snake, and then everybody ends up making their way to the snake. Lloyd finds the girl the girl that wants big booby magician girl like tied up, or no, big booby magician girl finds her tied up, that's right, and then Lloyd shows up and then she fights. And the whole time she's like she has no idea that it's her that she wants.
Yeah.
Like she's telling her.
She's the one that ties her up. She's got the treant in her.
Yeah. But she still has no idea that like that's what it
Yeah.
is. She just thinks that it's like a thing.
Between a lover, is Lloyd with a man? I mean, I guess.
Oh God.
He is attractive. And man, those homemaking skills. That part, I was just like, wow. Oh my God. Oh, yep. That's where we're going with this anime. That's it.
Everyone's hot
Thanks.
for Lloyd.
Everyone is hot for Lloyd. Like literally everyone's hot for Lloyd. Even what's his name? The guy that has to fight in the Coliseum. He's technically a little hot for Lloyd.
This guy?
Yeah.
Alan?
Is that his name? Alan.
Alan,
yeah.
yeah.
Alan.
Yeah, Alan, yeah.
I don't know. I'm horrible with names, man. I can't even remember real life people's names. You expect me to remember useless dude number 6?
The teacher lady's not hot for him.
She's hot for the other guy, for agriculture.
Yes.
Yeah, for the ag guy, yeah.
It's like, oh, you have to go to the bathroom? That's good fertilizer. It's like, no, you dumbass. I'm into you.
So there was one part where they referenced 5 years ago. So this is all towards the end, and this is like, it just reminded me about this. So the king says 5 years ago when he was under the grip of the demon lord. Are we supposed to believe that it's been 5 years since like episode?
I think that's
4?
when he started becoming under the grip.
Okay. So he was under the grip of the demon lord that long?
Apparently. That's why it was a big deal for Lloyd to just
Yeah.
show up and be like, oh, no big deal. I'll just wave my butt around.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or it was a dub translation thing that they just fucked up. I'm not entirely certain on that. I usually have the subtitles up of the actual like sub just to like see what it
subtitles
is.
up too, and I think it said the same thing.
Did it? Okay. Then I don't know. That's a long time for a monarch to be under the influence without the city just going to utter shit.
The influence. Well, let me start over. The glimpse we had of the monarch, of the king being sane. Maybe the demon one was doing better.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Man, or or the demon lord drove him crazy.
Yeah.
That
Shake
could be it.
Could be.
hands. Shake hands.
Hands.
Shake hands. Would you like to shake my hands?
Okay, so
How you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, right?
so Makona took essence of treant, and then someone I forget exactly what it was, but it was like someone's last whatever. But basically becomes a giant insect, looking very much like a character from Hunter x Hunter. Hunter X
Yep.
Hunter, however it is that you want to say. Like as soon as she started transforming, I'm like, this looks an awful lot like another anime that I watched. But I mean, they've already stolen a shit ton of stuff anyways, so why stop there? And then literally the next battle in this episode is straight up DBZ. We're talking like instant transmissions. They even do the part where in the Broly movie where Broly hits Goku into the wall. Goku goes to get up, Broly flies in, grabs him by the head, and drags him along the ice wall, and that literally is what she does to Lloyd during that entire thing. So I'm just watching it, I'm like, did they just steal the choreography? Did they reskin the animation framing? Is that all that they did for this? Because it looks
Probably.
exactly the same way. It's like shot for shot.
What?
But beyond that, though, I mean, it was still a good fighting sequence. They
Yeah.
even were doing like energy blast type stuff as well too. So I mean
He's
that's
like, why are you not pulverized yet? Oh, this happens all the time back home. Where are you from? What backwards place are you from? Oh, Kunlun. Ha, that doesn't exist.
that's a joke. Are you are you toying with me? Oh man, yeah. So I love that nobody expects. And then when we like move forward to the next episode, and we see that they literally like use cannons to fire each other everywhere, and they fire people into the mountain on a regular basis.
They even have like
Here's
a
how you
target
get there. Yep. When she just threw the rock too, that busted me up.
Oh yeah, she's like scrolls a note, puts on a rock, and then just throws it, but it goes wide right. She's like, "Oh, I went off target. Well, I guess old age is getting to me."
It's like, it's, all these people are Lloyds. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, and he's technically still a weakling in
Yeah.
comparison. So who knows? Like I really want to see like him doing an actual fight against them. And like just do an actual comparison, because they talk about how he's weak, but he's strong. We've seen his brother fight somebody else, and he beats the shit out of him like
Hellbringer,
fairly easily.
13,225
And I have no idea exactly what it is that like I wonder what the difference is in the power level between them. But we know that Lloyd can get fired out of that cannon with a fuck ton of rocks and just fly through the air and then use magic again, so he can survive that blast at least. So there's that.
Yep.
Yeah. And that superhero
He was
landing
all-
at
yep,
the end.
superhero
Oh
landing.
god, the superhero landing. Everyone's like, he's here to save the day. Hey, did it already start? Did I miss it? I told him that I'd be here for his fight. I hope I didn't miss it. All right.
Oh, hey, dwarf lady, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh god, yeah. Completely gets it all wrong too. Okay, so the snake
You
is
can't just leave
there.
because you fucked up.
The snake is there, and we find out
evil.
that the village elder keeps or gets all of her power by transferring damage and whatnot to the snake, and there's like a balance of power. She gets like a shit ton of power, and the snake absorbs the damage, and the snake can't die, except that it's got one missing scale, very much like Smog from The Hobbit. And the main bad guy, whose name is
Lou?
So
Or so.
yeah. Comes in, he's asking everybody what it is that they see. on his face, and one of them says that she, like, at the beginning of it, what's her name? Makona says that he looks like happy and whatnot, and then finally, like, Lloyd looks at him, he's like, well, you obviously look like a bad guy. It's like, you look evil, and he's like, oh, good, this is the one. So he comes in, does that to Lloyd, then jumps onto the back of the snake, pulls out a crystal, and then demolishes it, and then the snake disappears. At which point, the belt starts talking, as you guys said.
Yeah,
because
then the lolly grandma gets super pissed and hits him, and he flies in the wall. He's like, wait, how are you still strong?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then the belt starts talking.
Yeah, then the belt starts talking. And the best is, like, as we were talking about, so, like, what happened was, apparently, the dwarf girl told Lolly Grandma that she should take some of the scales of the snake and then make an apron out of it. And then at some point after that, then they turned it into the belt.
That would be a great gift
for Lloyd. Yeah.
Everyone's hot for Lloyd.
Exactly. And then turns it into a belt, tells some peddler that it's cursed, makes a good chunk of change off of it, and then ipso facto makes its way to the city, and all the stuff ensues. So now the snake's spirit is inhabiting the belt. Which I swear to God, I think the snake's voiced by Vegeta.
Dude, 1000%. I was like, I wanted to look it up. I was like, this is All Might.
Yeah,
this is All Might.
I think it is. I think it's Sabat.
I'm pretty sure.
But I didn't have a chance to look it up because I totally forgot to look it up after I was watching this. But I swear to God that it's voiced by Sabat. But so Granny stalls her powers. Dude man gets away. Episode ends. Right? Episode ends. I don't remember. I'm not missing anything, I think, on that. So then that brings us to episode 10. Suppose someone suggested taking a short trip to Neverland or something impossible like that. They just take a short trip to the final village. So yeah. they all go to Kunlun in order to revive the snake, Vitra. Virtra, I don't know. It's Vritra, who's the guardian beast of Kunlun, as we talked about. So they have to go there in order to do like a revival ritual, and then they get the dwarf girl, who doesn't look like a dwarf. It's just a hot chick with pointy teeth. Like this is no dwarf that I've ever seen before, and it's really weird that it's like they've shown off dwarves, but they haven't shown any elves or anything like that yet. Like, you would think usually it's like there's a hierarchy of what it is that you show, and it's hot elves, then dwarves. So they go there. This episode is like literally 90% just slapstick humor. The entire
God!
time.
Like,
it's
yelling.
just a bunch of
they
gags.
Were yelling non-stop in this episode because I was just like, I was trying to finish up making dinner, and I was like, I gotta turn it up a little bit just so I can hear while I'm cooking and stuff like that. And it was just constant screaming. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna turn that right back on now.
It's like an episode of Naruto in here. Literally, the village is like filled with Naruto people. But yeah, that's where the whole gags of the lady throwing the rock at the mountain, them shooting somebody else at the mountain to get him to the mountain faster. There's the point where the girl, what's her name, is trying to get everybody to sign off on Lloyd getting married to her, and they use the marriage licenses that they had to make paper airplanes that they then throw at a dragon to break a horn and pelt the dragon with paper airplanes so that it goes away. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. So it's literally like there's some stuff that's pertinent in this, but for the most part, it's all just a bunch of slapstick humor that is finally paying off of things. Like, what's her name? The blonde girl who has been studying the martial arts of Kunlun, and then she finds out that it's literally just calisthenics in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not even Tai Chi.
Beginner.
It's like the
Beginner stuff,
warm
yeah.
up for Tai Chi.
Yes. It's the
And-
basic warm-up stuff.
Yeah. And the grandpa's like, "Oh, well, I guess I could help you out." And he's like, "Okay, well, now that we've got the warm up out of the way," she's like, "That's a warm up." And every one of the people in there just like immediately is just like their hopes are dashed as far as like something happens to them. Same thing with what's her name, the girl with the mithril arm, which we talked about with the dress and the panties, where she takes them off and she's naked. A knock comes on the door and she just secretly goes, "Come in," and Lloyd walks in with fucking tea and everything like that, and then he gets in trouble. Although he did kind
He
of
said, "Come in."
He did kind of.
She said, "Come in." She said, "Come in."
She did say, "Come in," and I loved it because he walks in with his eyes closed.
Well, he was looking down. He was looking down at the thing. He was
No,
like,
he
"I brought
wasn't. He
tea
wasn't
and
looking
cookies."
down. His eyes were just closed. He's like, "Hey guys, I got this one," and then they open, and he's just like, "Oh." Like this wasn't even like they pointed his eyes down. His eyes were 100% just closed.
That's a titty. And then he got smacked to the mountain.
That's a vajayjay. Yeah, and then he gets hit in the mountain. Which, well, actually, I guess we're going on Dragon Ball strength here, because the blonde girl's strong, but she's not that strong. She's not like Kunlun strong. But when you piss Chi-Chi off, she can hurt Goku.
Or Krillin, same thing.
Yeah, although 18 can hurt Krillin, but that's because 18 can actually hurt Krillin.
Yeah. 18's much stronger.
18's way stronger than Krillin.
And emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I did confirm that it's Sabat.
It is Sabat? Okay, cool. So
That's
we were
amazing.
right.
Good.
We were right. It was
Good for him.
Vegeta. So they literally introduced Vegeta during a Dragon Ball fight.
They knew what they were doing. We're like, we're ripping this off from Dragon Ball. What can we do?
Let's get Chris
Let's
Sabat.
rip off the
in.
voice actors. That's right. That's right.
The only thing they're missing is Goku. Like the guy that does the voice for Goku, which I always forget his name. I remember Chris Sabat's easily, but I always forget the guy who does Goku's voice.
Does he do much of anything? Like, really thinking about it, I don't think he really does anything.
He does not
Off the top of my
do
head.
as many big things as Chris Sabat does.
Yeah, he does. He
He does
turn
an
down
awful
scenes.
lot of like background voices, which is hilarious whenever you're watching an anime and then you're like, I hear Goku. Because every once in a while he'll do the Goku voice for random background character number 6 or something like that.
Well, it's kind of like when you have such an iconic role that you do, and you're compensated very well for it. Like David Hayter, for Snake. Anytime that I hear like Snake talk, period, it's just like that's fucking David Hayter. It's just like done. It doesn't even matter because that's just who he is. And no matter how much he tries to disguise it, it might be the same thing for the guy that does Goku. It's just like I'm so integrated with Goku that if you try to have me play a plucky fairy in some other anime, it's just like, nah, it's fucking Goku, man. I don't give a shit what you do. Might be the same problem.
I mean, it could be. He may not have the range because like Chris Sabat at least has like a little bit of range with it. I know that.
I don't know. I mean, we could
not a lot.
plug
It's not
that
a
out.
lot.
It's just like, yeah, exactly. It's just like we were that close to that Snake being like, what is your power level? And it's just been like, yep, we're right there.
It's over 9,000.
You've grown so much.
I am here. Eat my hair.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, because I get it. Because yeah, at the same time, we're just like, yeah, it's Vegeta. I get it right there. Why wouldn't I just say, yeah? I mean, I don't know. Now I'm going down a rabbit's hole where it's just like I would want them to both do a completely separate anime and have it be just Dragon Ball retold in a different, different way. Like they don't quite touch it. They don't ever touch on the subject.
I got
It's
it.
just like this is
got it.
Dragon Ball.
I got it. High school slice of life. Rival art students.
Perfect. Like just other
It's literally
schools-
someone write this manga and anime just for the sole purpose of getting the voice actors for Goku and Vegeta, both Japanese and American. Like they can get that little old granny to voice to voice one of them on that, like she does for Goku in Japan.
by collecting all of the different colors of the magical palette stone, I can create Venta Black.
No, they have to collect all of Bob Ross's paints.
Ooh,
Ooh.
happy little trees. And there's
Yeah.
like billions of those, so that'd take forever. That's great.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
longevity of an
Ozzy,
anime.
the
That's right.
rich, well-educated kid, and Goku's the kind of just on a scholarship.
They're visiting. They're having to visit art trade shows, looking for the black market, like dealings in the back to buy the paints. And the holy grail is that Bob Ross invented Vanta Black years before those scientists made it, and they're trying to find the original tube of Bob Ross Black.
And for some reason, it summons Bob Ross, and he's the one that talks to you,
No.
giving you the ultimate muse to paint.
It
the
doesn't
ultimate
summon
tube.
Bob Ross. His spirit is inside
It is
the
Bob
tube.
Ross.
It is Bob Ross.
Venta Black is Bob Ross. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Fun fact:
Right
it's made from the blood of Bob Ross.
That's right. The very essence of him. He put his soul into this. No, literally.
literally. Wait, why is it black? Oh, you didn't know Bob Ross.
Oh no, Bob Ross is a good guy.
He was
Happy
a
Little
really
Trees
good
were just
guy.
a cover.
No,
He
I
was
love
a really
this.
good
I love
guy.
this being.
Yeah, it was.
I love the idea of it being like just this is Dragon Ball, guys, but it's just like it's not Dragon Ball.
But it is.
It's not. We're screaming at each other while painting. It's definitely not powering up. We're not
Yeah, so
fighting.
they have to find like one
Just
set
like
of
no Food
paints that are
Wars.
in the school, and then they end up having to go to another school to find another set of paints, where they have to team up against another artist from that school.
And
to
they
get
just really
everything.
like to use green on that at that other school.
Yes.
Like that's all they like to do. Yes.
And
I'm
pink.
with you.
Pink and
Yes.
purple.
Yes,
So
yes,
like
yes, yes.
all the students at that school use green a lot, and that main kid, he uses pinks and purples and whites. And that's it.
And then his best friend gets expelled for trying to cheat or something like that and was like set up with different colors, and he gets expelled, exploding his art dreams in front of his
And
face.
that triggers a transformation into a master artist.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
We have 100% figured this out. We have cracked the code, everybody. We're making our own manga and our own anime now. Now we just got to fund it.
Yep.
Let's get ready to start that GoFundMe. Get that Kickstarter running.
Bob Ross Z.
Oh, God. I like that title.
Painting. Gonna paint some. Painting.
All right.
Bob Ross Z.
We sent this episode to Chris like, listen, we got a pitch for you.
Fuck that. Someone send him this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Be like, Chris,
We got a pitch for
Chris,
you.
we need you to help fund this. He'll be like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. All right, so then we find out that there's going to be a battle. It's supposed to be a mock battle between the Kingdom of Thistle and the Zeo Empire. And that's about all that's important right there. So then they go through, so they're trying to resurrect Vitra, in which case brings us to episode 11. Suppose the villain started appearing on and off in the middle of part of a movie. These titles are real fucking weird. I'm sorry.
Fun.
It is half the fun. So they're trying to resurrect Vitra, and they they do this weird cooking scene where she's gonna braise it, basically. She's using clarified butter.
Just making a pot roast.
Yeah, lightly seasoning it. And the best is like the snake starts to freak out with the seasoning, and he's like, "Oh, it's just salt." But yeah, they get like a really nice cut of meat, and then they wrap it in the belt, like the skin belt, like it's bacon.
Bacon wrapped.
They make a bacon weave out of it, and then they braise it inside of an egg for 3 hours for some fucking. I literally think that there was absolutely no reason to this other than to put on the dumbest fucking show possible for these people. And
No,
the
they
fact
did a
that
great,
every
like,
one of them
cooking
like
tutorial on it too.
well, they tried calling her out on it, and then they fell for her bullshit. She's like, no, trust me, you're not getting to you haven't even gotten to the big part, and the big part wasn't anything big. It was like it went into like this weird egg. Now it's kind of sitting here. So then she's like, okay, well, we need to go back to the town. First, she like shows everybody how weak the elder is, the lolly elder. She flicks her on the forehead. She's like, ow, that hurt. She's like, see, look, it worked. Then everyone starts talking shit. And then she's like, you do remember that I'm going to get my powers back eventually, right? And they're like, oh, crap.
She's like, do you want to say? Oh, you want to say anything, huh? It's like, give him the eval. She's like, no.
Wuss.
So they start heading off. They get to the little archway gate thingy that they went through, and that they're going to go back to the town on. And at that point, they're all there, and they're like, "Where's the master?" Well, flashback, the master got thrown into a deep dark pit by the dwarf girl, who, surprise, surprise, is evil. If the pointy teeth didn't give it away. Well, here you go. She's evil.
And sucking on the lollipop the entire time.
That's true. Although Sanji, like back in One Piece, like the early One Pieces, when they first did it, Sanji was always smoking, but they turned his cigarettes into lollipops back in the day. So if you watch like old school One Piece, like the really badly censored ones, like you're just used to that. But yeah, so she's trapped, a boulder's placed over her, and she's just sitting inside this like area, this hole, for like 2 days now. So they all go on ahead, because the dwarves like, oh yeah, she's probably just plotting, revenge on some of the shit that you guys said. And they're like, oh crap, we need to get through now. So they go through. She sends Lloyd off to look for the elder. She's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen her, but she's in a weakened state. You never know what could happen. And he's like, oh crap, and he goes running off. So then she goes through and she breaks the entire archway so that it can't work anymore. At which point then, so Lloyd goes through and he finds her, and his reasoning for finding her was great.
Oh yeah.
It's like, she opens up, she's like, how did you know to find me here? And he's like, well, I remembered that when I was a kid, and I was weak, and everybody said that you're weak now, I fell into this exact same pit. She's like, what? Like, but how did you even find it? He's like, oh yeah, and that rock looks super fake. So he carries her on his back. They run back to the town. Am I missing, like, there wasn't a whole lot that happened like in town. We had
No,
we had more of the
actual starting
hijinks
city?
for the.
They
We had more hijinks
dinner.
of
They had
agriculture.
dinner all together and stuff like that. Like, and that was about it that we.
Well, they had dinner
I mean,
in the
And they
town, but in
started
the
trying to
city.
figure out that there were.
Oh yeah, no, in the city, no.
Yeah, there wasn't really much. Oh yeah, what's her name sold the she sold the dress, and still this is when we find out that she still had the panties, and that's where the whole mental conversation of whether or not they're worth being worn or not happens. But yeah, I think that was it. It's like there wasn't really much that happened into the town. So then we get on to and they started piecing together that things were bad. So then we get to episode 12. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon Boonies got used to life in a starter town. Which It's a dumb title. Uh,
They're all dumb titles.
yeah, but that one's really dumb.
Yeah.
It's saying something for
trying.
me to be like, that one's dumb, that's dumb. Okay, but that one's really dumb. So this one is basically the fight. Lloyd ends up like getting shot out of a cannon towards the town, and he spends half an episode in the air,
As one does.
as one does.
Yep.
It's less time than it took for Goku to get to Namek. So I mean, there's that.
True.
Unless about like a little bit less time than him just running. Because didn't it take him like a day or two to run
It
down?
took him 3 days.
Yeah, it took him
3
like
days,
3
okay.
days to run there. But even then, that wasn't like sprinting. That was just jogging for him.
Right.
But yeah, he needed to get there in like a few hours. So he got fired off in the cannon, and then he cast arrow magic to kind of propel himself even further, faster, yada yada yada. So we get the whole like thing of what's going on. So we know though that they're there to get the sword, because the sword is the key to opening up the final dungeon. Do they have? And then they have to kill the snake in the form, which they've still got like in the ball.
I think they have to kill it. I think they're just having it sealed away because they were very much like
Yeah.
just like we only have a set amount of time, like to actually be able to do this.
True, yeah, it's sealed away for like 2 days.
Right.
Is how long it would last. But yeah, so they don't have to kill it then, yeah, since they've sealed it away. And then they're trying to convince the king to open up and then also like come into a pact with them, because that's the right thing to do. I don't know.
He's got money.
Yeah, he's got money, and the other people have drugs. That's it. It's literally what it says. Like, you've got money, we've got drugs. Let's do this
Shake
shit.
hands, shake hands, shake hands.
All right. So the let's see here. So the what's the name? Alan fights Bug Girl, and she like beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like the normal hit where Lloyd like got hit into it and then he like got off. He's like, oh, that sucks. And then he got drugged through. Like he got hit and he coughed up blood. Felt kind of bad for him at that point, but he still got up and was fighting, and even so, like was able to cut off the arm of the king of the other nation. So that's saying something.
The retired hero.
Yeah. Oh God, that portion pissed me off because it was just so dumb that he's the retired hero. So, and that he's looking to anoint another hero so that he can become the big bad guy.
So then he can
Yeah,
die.
none of this made
He just
sense,
wants to
especially
die.
within the brother being like, I'm all about this. I got so bored with this world. I'm just so ready to make it fun for my friend by fucking it up. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I got bored with this world, so I'm going to make it so that he won't get bored with this world and just become stronger. I don't. It's all dumb. It was all like their motivations were stupid. So many things.
They're all
going
doing
on.
it for the YouTube likes.
But not for the subscribes, just for the likes.
Just likes.
Yeah, just for the likes.
Yeah, got the camcorder and everything.
And I think we've hit on like almost everything that happened on this already, just randomly throughout the episode. So I think we're pretty good, right? Is there anything that we missed that we went through?
Yeah, and then how the belt got out of the egg. Was,
Oh, God.
Face just started talking about, and then we're going to talk about Lloyd and this and Lloyd and this. And he's like, shut up! I'm getting out of this goddamn egg.
But it's fine. I'll get out. I swear. That's a good belt. Yeah, and then she's just like, how did you do that? That's just the power of the love of Sir Lloyd. Oh, man.
They didn't even know. They didn't even know what they were doing here at the end. They're just like, whatever. We just got to get this cliffhanger out there, and
Yeah.
how it's done, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, because what we talked about is like the brother, like the guard captain that was training in Kunlun for months, who's all about agriculture, like he just gets his ass handed to him by the brother, even though he's using those god level like tools. So we still don't know like the power level difference between him and Lloyd at all. And there
Also,
really wasn't like much big that happened.
well, okay, I missed something too. This is the one thing I wanted to talk about for this episode. It's just like, how did Little Miss Pretty Princess show up with all her magic again?
Well, the belt got out.
Yeah.
So then she had her
Belt
magic
got out.
again. So then
Yeah.
she could teleport.
That's what it was.
Because
That's what it
the
was. So
the
then
egg was stopping everything.
sealing it all. Thank
Yep.
you. I was just like, because it was so instantaneous, but yeah, she can teleport and all that good stuff like that. Makes sense. Thank you. I was just like, how did this all
I mean, it
happen
makes
right now?
anime sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's
still better
about,
sense than Knights of Magic.
oh God, we almost made it through an entire series where we didn't talk about
No.
that anime.
We will always talk about it.
Almost. God, that
It's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
At least nobody was doing it for
Aesthetic.
the aesthetic in this anime.
Well,
They were just doing it because they were dumb.
were they doing it for the aesthetic to make Lloyd look good?
No, but that's not for the aesthetic.
No, the enemies. He's saying that is the brother and is the main
Oh.
bad guy. Are they just like, it'd be really cool if we had like some OP guy that could be like a hero. That'd be kind of fun, like Overlord
I think it
style.
should be Lloyd.
I'll accept that because you know why?
Maybe we can.
You know why? The whole doing it for the aesthetic thing was fucking evil and stupid in Knights and Magic. So I will accept
well, there you
that it's
go.
for
Yeah.
evil and stupid people. God, that anime is so bad. Oh, hey, guess what? This anime is
Dwarf
still
Girl's
better
like,
than it.
hey, are you guys gonna help me out? We're like, huh? We're videotaping Sir Lloyd. Like, oh yeah, that's all. Why you're doing this? Not because you actually want what I want.
Videotaping them. But
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck world are we in right now?
And then they even talked about how they were going to go back and edit the video. Like, what the
In the video. Yeah.
They're gonna go put it on GodTube again because this is Dragon Ball. Oh God. Okay. So Chris, this was your anime, so you'll go last. Jason, what do you give this anime?
Okay, so the first 8 episodes, I was flying high. I was enjoying it a-okay. I was having a little bit of fun with it, just being ridiculous and off the wall. Had no real big complaints of anything, and I had a few good chuckles. This last 4, they really just kind of like brought it down, and I'm sure it was just because they wanted to cram as much plot into it as possible. But I just wasn't having nearly as much fun, and it just seemed like that they were just going
Agreed.
for the easy laughs rather than anything that was kind of good. The sounds and the art were really what held it still together for me, because that's where a lot of the comedy still was.
And the fight sequence
Um,
from episode 9.
Yep.
Right. But I mean, that was just a reskinned Dragon Ball fight. Like, literally.
Right, yeah, I mean,
As
they-
we talked about. It's like literally a reskinned Dragon Ball fight.
I honestly like I could care less to ever watch this again, and if they ever make a season 2, I don't think I'll be jumping out to go see it again. So I'm putting it like 6.5 out of 7.
Then that's what I was thinking is like a 6.5
Yeah.
out of 10, not 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
6,
Under
like a
7 is what I
6.5.
6.5
Maybe a
out of 10, out of 10.
6. Maybe 6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 6. Because like I laughed at some of like the quick gags that they had in episode 10, but I was bored out of my mind with 9, 11, and 12.
Oh yeah,
Like
beyond.
completely.
So it's just like they dropped it and bah.
Yeah, it was. I no matter what I could do, I could only half pay attention to those episodes. All 4 of them for the most part. The quick gags were the only thing that got me through episode 10. But beyond that, yeah. But the first 8 episodes, like it had promise. It was good gag anime, and we could have never gone to the village. Never gone to the village in this first season, and it would have been perfectly fine.
You can tell they wanted the cliffhanger. They wanted that cliffhanger to be their thing, to hopefully hook season 2. And
Yeah,
they rushed it. They rushed it when they shouldn't have.
yeah. Chris, what do you give it?
I was thinking maybe like a 6 because like the first 8 are obviously solid. Like I had no problem watching those through and really.
Oh, we laughed our
enjoyed it.
asses off during the recaps
and
too.
then these 4 were somewhat more of kind of a struggle where I'm like, okay, I watch one, okay, I'm gonna go do something else, and then maybe I'll watch another one. I'm not just gonna binge watch 4 right away, because it's a struggle to get through.
Yeah.
Again, they got that gags like the panty things and that kind of stuff, but it was a struggle.
Like, I will passively moderate a couple of Twitch channels that I moderate, like, while I'm watching these sometimes. Anyway, I found myself just being like, pause, moderation. Okay, I'll start back up on the episode. It took me forever to get through these because it's just like nothing could keep my attention. So, yeah, I think we all agreed it's like a 6.5 out of 10. So, it's good for a watch, a single watch. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
All right. So
palate cleanser.
Yeah, yeah. What did we watch before this though? We didn't necessarily need a palate cleanser.
What did we watch before this?
Because before that was 86, and we needed a palate cleanser.
That was a couple of goes.
Or that was a couple of goes. Damn it!
Yeah, because that was mine. That was my last.
I did.
Oh yeah, we did
stupid.
Kakushi Goto.
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, and I did the Daily Life of the Immortal King. So we've had 2 palate cleansers from 86. Yeah, and I still think Daily Life of the Immortal King is probably the best one that we've watched since we watched 86.
Disagree. Daily Life had the same problem as this one did. I would put them
did.
kind of.
It did, but the ending of Kakushi Goto was just like we're just all like, what? Like they could have had it go a couple more episodes.
They really should have.
And
Where
they
these,
shat
both
the
of these
bed
other
really
two,
bad.
both of these other two are just like, we're just gonna get to this point, and none of the other parts of the anime matter. And it's just like, here you go, and it's just like,
Yeah, they all haven't been great. So we're gonna hope that we get another one. That we get one that's
let's
good.
do a good one next.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So the next anime that we're watching, everybody, is it's from, I think it was originally came out in 2016. We're gonna watch Jorin, the Princess of Snow and Blood. The year is 1931. Prince Tokugawa Yoshinobu holds absolute control over Japan. Remnants of the Meiji era's culture can be seen around the city, but scientific technology and Japanese esoteric cosmology, onmyodo, are also developing. Yet lurking behind the glitz of the Kuchinawa, a dissident group planning the assassination of the prince. Tasked to extinguish these dissidents is Nu, the government's secret executioner group. Sawa Yukimura, who works in the organization, suffered at the hands of the Kuchinawa boss. Her entire family was murdered, and she dedicated her life to avenging their death. So, I've read mixed reviews on this. Thankfully, I made sure that I was trying to not get spoilers on them within them, and it's some of them are really feel like there were people that were wish that they were movie majors, film majors in school, which I always love that. It's we had somebody that was talking shit about 80s and 70s movies, and they were talking about it. They were talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey the other day. They were talking about certain things, and they're like, oh man, it was heavy-handed with some obviously fake chimps. We're like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? But that's very much what a lot of anime reviews look like when you read them on websites. So I think this one might be able to go pretty good. But this one is another 12 episoder, so we're going to do episodes 1 through 4, then 5 through 8, and then 9 through 12. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
And I'm excited for it to be, I think we've done enough comedy for a little bit, so I'm excited to get to another serious anime, maybe, if it is.
It's supposed to be serious.
Okay.
And thankfully isn't what if Hitler won World War II serious. Because it's pre-Hitler.
Let's not have some of that.
This is pre-Hitler.
Or Hitler went to another world and started taking that over.
Oh God, yeah, we did have
Hitler time travels.
We did have Hitler get isekai'd in an anime that we watched too. Thankfully, he didn't last very long. Although he did do some good things in that, in that alternate world.
I hate saying it. So I hate you saying it so much. It's I don't know. It's just shut up.
In real life, Hitler did not do good things, but in his isekai world, Hitler did good things.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Oh
Jesus!
my gosh.
If anybody hasn't watched Drifters yet, we watched Drifters a while back, and you should definitely watch it. It's worth a watch. It's got some really good fight sequences. It's really good dialogue. It's well written, in my opinion, and it was another one that was put out by Universal, which is the distributor that put out this Lost anime. In which case, it's really cool to see more American like studios putting forth money to bring stuff into the States and like get anime going, much like Netflix has done. So I'm happy about that. All right, Jason, go ahead and blog roll us out.
Cool. Hey, you. Yes, you. If you're watching or listening to us, guess what? We love you, and we love hearing about it, and we love hearing about from you and stuff like that. You just listened to us pranter off about this crazy ass anime, and if you liked it, guess what? You can listen to more of it for some reason, and we have a lot of that. You can check us out at ibeatitfirst.com. Is where we have all of our website stuff. But if you like just our podcast, just check out ibif.co. That's ibif.co, and you're going to see our entire network of podcasts that are available for you. We have this podcast right here, right now, which is a cutscene, which is where we talk about animes. We watch animes and watch them with you and then talk about them. We have our other sister podcast, Patch Notes, where we talk to developers about games that they are making and about the developer themselves and ask some hard-hitting questions like, is cheesecake cake or pie? You know, you have to listen to find out. We just did one right now with You Are Not Bunny Girl, which is a fantastic looking, interesting RPG game. Check it out. A lot of these games are in super early development stages, so it's kind of a cool idea to get an idea of what's going on in a developer's brain in the early stages of them making a game. Before that, we did other ones, including Bo, which is coming out here very soon and looks awesome. All of this
Bo
is part of
finished
our
up their Kickstarter as well,
Kickstarter. Yep.
And they made, God, what did they end at?
They ended up over budget.
It ended way over budget. They blew the budget
Yeah.
away.
It's because we had them on. It's
It is.
definitely the I Beat It First effect. 1000%.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, they made $174,999 on a $35,000 goal.
Perfect. So there you go. They're really fun to kind of listen to some developers and us bullshit along with them. Of course, all of this is part of our larger network of the I Beat It First network, and that's where you can also listen to our I Beat It First podcast straight from I Beat It First and ibif.co whenever Eric gets the fuck around to actually uploading our podcast, because he's like a month behind. Eric, you're a month behind. Shame.
You got YouTube.
I am. We at least we get them exported to YouTube.
Oh my god! So there you go. Check them out on YouTube. You can watch us then video there. And too bad YouTube, you can't like play a video then like turn off the screen, put it in your pocket, and listen to it as a podcast, because YouTube's the worst dumb progress that they've ever done in their entire life of having that decision made. Anyway, I digress. You can find us on YouTube by just searching I Beat It First. You can watch us live, obviously, on Twitch. Every Monday, we will do a podcast of some sort of caliber, anytime, anywhere.
Except for next Monday.
Except for next Monday. Usually Mondays. We'll update you whenever we can, whenever possible. At twitch.tv/I Beat It First. ibeatitfirst.com I've mentioned before. You can find us on any of your social medias, whatever that you want to do. Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, which is ibeatitfirst.com. You'll find us anyway. Just search whatever you want. I Beat It First. You'll find us there. You can also search us by looking up lonelyhouseplants.com, isuckatgames.com, and other fun domains that we, for some reason, still keep on buying. You also
you said exactly
us.
why, because they're fun domains.
They're fun. You also need to be emailing us, guys. I mean, for Back to
Yes.
Cutscene, you need to be emailing us, letting us know what we should watch next, what you thought about this current anime, what you thought about past animes, if we're right, if we're wrong, if we're dumb, if we're geniuses. It doesn't matter. We want to hear from you. We would love to hear from you. Email us anything at ibeatitfirst.com, cutscene at ibeatitfirst.com, Chris, Jason, Eric at ibeatitfirst.com. Let us know what you're thinking. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, because add us to your wish list, because that game's definitely coming. Do our Kickstarter. We need $5 million for, Jason's retirement fund, and we'd love for you all to be a part of that.
I mean, we're coming out with that anime, and that anime needs a video.
We are coming
this
out.
is true.
We are
We're
coming
gonna
with
make
that
an anime.
that It can't. Unfortunately, I already looked it up. We can't call it Bob Ross and Bob Ross.
Oh
City,
yeah,
just because unfortunately there is some. I'm surprised.
Rob
they,
Boss.
They have that locked.
It's Rob Boss.
Rob Boss dead.
Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make
Zobs
Jason
Ross.
do some actual fucking work on the website right now by doing this. If you want to join our Discord, you can join our Discord by either going into Twitch and typing !Discord and getting the link, or you could go to ibeatitfirst.com/discord and that will direct you straight to our Discord.
Son of a bitch. Let me get the link here first.
Jason will have that up in 10 minutes. But that will be able to link directly to our Discord where you can come in and be an asshole just like us. All right. Everybody that's watching on Twitch, please bear with us. We are going to raid out as soon as we end this podcast. But without further ado, we can't end any podcast without... Bye-bye! Why the sunglasses?
Deal with it. Deal with it.
Deal with it. Deal with it. Oh my god. Fucking deal with it. That's why. Okay, so let's see here. Do we raid into... we raided into light recently. We've raided into thick recently. We do have watched Holly. We got Space Babe playing Elden Ring. Or Biddy's playing Lost Ark.
Bringer's playing a Halo.
And Bringer's playing a Steaming Pile of Poo. Let's raid into...
doing just chatting?
Oh, is Johnny just... Oh, because Johnny's doing video editing. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do Johnny. All right, so we're going to raid into Voodoo Johnny Fear. Everybody get ready to say hello to him. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us for the podcast. We love having you guys here. We love interacting with everybody while we're doing it, even though when we're doing cutscene, we don't directly call out chat or interact with chat verbally, but we do type it in. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us, and we're going to go ahead and raid into Johnny. Bye, everybody.
Bye.